What's up, everybody? Morning, 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 morning. I uploaded a short video to YouTube and TikTok. Y'all should go follow my TikTok, so I have more than 0 followers. Let's see. All right, hold on. I'm pulling some up on ChatGPT so I can get you guys some morning content going on. Double tap detected. What world? Okay. What is going on? Morning, 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 morning. Okay. Oof, that's crazy. All right, let's see. I'm going to go over some facts this morning. Number one, most men today are physically weaker than their grandfathers. Grip strength has dropped over 30% since the 80s. Average 18-year-old male today has the same testosterone levels the 60-year-old did back in 2000. That's crazy. That's insane. I mean, look into that. Is that a fact or is that not a non-fact? The average 18-year-old male has the same testosterone levels as a 60-year-old in 2000. This isn't genetics, it's lifestyle. Low protein, no sunlight, porn, social media, no purpose. Comfort is killing men. Strength used to be a default, now it's a rebellion. Okay, number two, the average person spends over 20 years of their life on screens. All right, let's look at the logic behind this. Between phones, computers, and TV, the average adult clocks over 6 hours a day in screen time. That's crazy. I wonder what mine was yesterday. Probably close to that. This equals almost 22 years of your life watching instead of living. All right, this is a wild fact. This is like an interesting one about social media that like no one ever really thinks about, right? It's like, oh, we spend 8 hours a day. So I've thought about this. Like we spend 8 hours a day sleeping, right? So that's like essentially a third of your life you spend sleeping. This fact says the average person spends over 20 years of their life on screens. So like by the time that you and I get old, if you spend an average of 6 hours a day on screens, that might be TV, that might be on your phone, right? That might be on your computer at work. I could easily see people hitting 6 hours a day, like for sure, easy. All right, number three is 80% of Americans don't exercise enough to stay healthy. The CDC data shows that only 1 in 5 adults meets minimum activity requirements, or standards rather. Yet we spend billions on healthcare, treating disease born of inactivity and poor discipline. That's what blows me away too. Is that we have spend so much on healthcare. Like we spend so much on pills, on prescriptions, on doctor office visits, on operations. Like we spend so much money on healthcare, but like work out and eat healthier. That's all you have to do. Like we don't have to have the pharmaceutical industry. We really don't. Okay, so let's see. What's the message here? Strength is not a hobby; it's the foundation of freedom. Weak people can't defend anything, not even their own health. That's something I've thought about. Is like since I tore my ACL, it's made me nervous to like do sprints and stuff, which obviously isn't good, right? I need to work on that, but yeah, like it's always in the back of my mind, like damn, like if I needed to like book it or get out of the situation, like I don't want to tear my ACL. Like that would be an awful situation. If something happened, like obese people wouldn't be ready, bro, or like the non-fit wouldn't be ready. Okay, like war. If war happens, number four, your time is slipping away faster than you think. If you're 30 years old, you've already lived over 10,000 days. If you live to 80, you've got about 18,000 days left. You'll sleep through 6,000 of them. So every day you waste, you trade something you can never get back. That's actually a good one. I'm gonna put up some more information, some more facts about like time wasting, how much time we all have. Here's an interesting concept. You and I and everybody we know all have the same amount of time in one day, which is 24 hours. Okay, let's just assume we all sleep off 8 hours of those days, or eight of those hours we sleep them off. That leaves us with 16 hours a day, which I was actually on Twitter yesterday, and someone made a good point, which is like 16 hours is a lot of time in a day. Like a day is a long time because you can get like two solid chunks of like 4 hours of deep work in and still have 8 hours left to work out, to go see friends, to do a Bible study, to be with your family, to read, so you can work for two chunks of 4 hours of super deep work where that's all you do, like super deep work. What was I gonna look up? Okay, let me get this last one. So number 5, you are literally reprogramming your DNA with your habits. Epigenetics proves that lifestyle, sleep, training, nutrition, stress changes which genes activate. Okay, you're literally reprogramming your DNA with your habits. Weak habits create weak generations. Discipline can reverse your family's entire genetic decline. That's such a what a great line. Discipline can reverse your family's entire genetic decline. That was evolutionarily powerful. Okay. You're not changing your body, you're changing your bloodline. Dude, I love that. That's like perfect. All right, let's see. Time. All right. Okay, perfect. Let's expand more on the time topic. People realize let's see. How are you guys doing this morning? What do you guys got going on this morning? I'm almost done typing this question. Let's say. What do you guys got going on this week? What do you guys got going on today? You guys working out? You guys going to work? Go to school? What are you currently doing? I'm currently talking with a robot. Facts. Painful. Okay, I got a couple facts coming for you right here. Okay, fact number 1, the average person spends 6 hours a day staring at screens, not working, just scrolling or watching. That's crazy. That's 2,190, so 2,200 hours a year. In a lifetime, that's 20 to 25 years gone, bro. It's crazy. Like what were people, what were like boomers and stuff doing back in the day? Like, playing with worms out in the dirt. So it's like, we're all wasting our time. We're just going brain rot these days. Let's see. You'll spend a quarter of your existence staring at a glowing rectangle. Oh my goodness, that's so crazy. What a line. I'm going to say that again. You will spend a quarter of your existence staring at a glowing rectangle. Watching other people live. What a crazy life, bro. Number 2, you have around 4,000 weeks in your entire life, if you're lucky. That's it, 4,000. If you're 25, you've already burned 1,300 of them. You're not early. You're nearly a third gone. Taglines. If every week was $1, how many would you have already wasted? Most people don't live 80 years. Oh, most people don't live 80 years. They live 1 year 80 times. You keep saying one day, but one day is the graveyard of all your potential. Okay, fact 3. The average person spends 10 years working jobs they hate, 7 years watching TV, 3 years on social media, and only 1 year exercising. That's crazy. Give your best years to the things that drain you and your worst years to the things that could have saved you. Number 4, every second someone your age dies unexpectedly. That's so crazy. Yeah, I think about that all the time. Every second you think you have more time. You plan for next year like you've earned it. You haven't. Death is never on your schedule, but it's always on time. One day you'll wish for one more morning like this one. but you'll already have wasted 1,000 of them. You act like you'll live forever, but you're already dying, just slowly enough not to notice it. Fact number 5, if you live to 80, you'll sleep for 26 years. That leaves 54 years awake. Subtract work, chores, eating, commuting. You're left with about 10 years of true freedom, 10 years to make something of yourself. And you're spending it warming up. You don't have decades, you have a few good summers left. You're waiting for the right time, but the clock doesn't wait for you. Every minute you hesitate, another piece of your life expires. Okay? How about that? Okay. Let's see. If that doesn't haunt you, it should. You think you have time because you're young? You don't. You're burning daylight every second. You're not becoming stronger. Every rep you skip, every opportunity you ignore, every hour you waste, that's a part of your life you will never see again. You can't buy it back. You can only make it count. Stop waiting for the perfect day. This is that day. Okay? Yeah, everything's gonna die except for God. Yeah, I love that, dude. I love that. He is the Alpha, the Omega, and yeah, man, count your blessings and repent for everything you can because if we're gonna live on this earth, we might as well make it the best we possibly can. So I love that, dude. Have a good Monday. All right, I got a couple new facts here. Fact 1: every day you wake up, you're one day closer to being forgotten. That's sad. Yeah, just realize we none of us really matter all that much. People act like time is infinite, but it's a sand falling through your hands right now. If you're 25, you've already burned 9,000 days, gone forever. You don't remember 90% of them because most of them were wasted and probably the same. You've already lived entire years that mean nothing. You existed. You didn't live. Yeah, I like that. I'll add like I'll add well, I guess theological. I'll add a religious component to this after these couple facts. Let's see. New angles. You've already lost more days than you can count, and most of them weren't even yours. You gave them to your job, your phone, your comfort. Okay, one day you'll realize the people you thought you'd get back to, they're gone. Now, the doors that you thought were still open, they're closed. Every I'll do it tomorrow was a brick in your own coffin. You think you're waiting for the right time, but time is what's waiting to bury you. Okay, fact 2: most people die long before they're buried, not physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. The death starts when you stop fighting for something. You don't feel it happen, you just get comfortable. Your body keeps aging, but your dreams stop breathing. Okay, you stop chasing the life you wanted and started to maintain the one that you hate. You're not tired, you're just rotting. You call it relaxing, but it's decay disguised as peace. You keep saying someday like it's a promise, but it's a lie you tell yourself to stay asleep. You don't lose your purpose, you traded it for comfort. Okay, fact 3 is the clock doesn't care about your potential. You can be talented, smart, or destined for greatness, but when the second hand moves, it moves for everyone. Time is the only opponent you can't outwork. You can only respect it. The future you keep imagining is being eaten alive by the present you keep wasting. You think you're stuck, but really you're just bleeding time slowly enough to ignore the pain. You say you're not ready, but time never asked if you were. You're waiting for the stars to align, but while you wait, they burn. It's known facts, but it's important to remember that Russian thing is an L. Yeah, that's 100%. Present moment logs. Yeah, no, that's 100%, dude. That's actually something that I've been working on myself. Staying present, and not, like you said, not rushing things, because that's huge for me. Is I'm going too fast for my own good, and I realize I'm not getting anywhere. And I personally, for me recently, I think I just realized that, like, it's just been I've been all by myself in this. I haven't really had any room for God, So I've been trying to go fast, 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 fast on my own will, and I've gotten nowhere quickly. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I love it. Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's dope. Be like water. Be like water. Flow like water. Time is the only opponent you can't outwork. Okay, number 4. If you live 80 years, you get around 4,000 weeks. Okay, we already went over that. Your future self is watching you right now, disgusted. He's older, weaker, tired, and he's living with the consequences of your excuses. Every time you delay, he's the one who pays. You think procrastination is harmless, but it's theft, and the victim is you. Okay, you'll meet the version of yourself you could have been, and he'll hate you for wasting time. You're not scared of failure, you're scared of responsibility. The man you could have become is still waiting for you, but he's getting further away every day. One day you'll look back in the mirror and realize you're the reason that your dreams died. Let's see. Let's look up like top 5 hardest. Let's see. Top 5 hardest Bible quotes. This is gonna be sick. Top 5 hardest Bible quotes relating to these um, hymns give divine wisdom. All right, decent question. Okay, you're merging truth and eternity. That's powerful. All right, Ephesians. All right, Ephesians 5:15 and 16. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. So to redeem time means to buy it back, to treat every second as sacred currency. That's divine wisdom. Okay, so most people spend their days reacting, scrolling, drifting, consuming instead of walking circumspectly with purpose and vision. Paul is warning you. The days are evil not just because of sin, but because the world will quietly consume your hours until you die unfulfilled. Okay, so don't let time be stolen by nonsense. Every wasted moment feeds the enemy. Number 2, we got James 4:14. You do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. All right, so you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. Even your life. So divine wisdom. This is one of the most humbling truths in scripture. You're not guaranteed a tomorrow. You're vapor, mist, you're just a breath. The tragedy of man is not death itself, it's living as if he won't die. To remember your fragility is to remember your purpose. Okay, you're a breath pretending to be God. Stop wasting the miracle you were given. That's beautiful. Okay, number 3, Matthew 25, 26 through 30. The parable of the wasted talent. You wicked and slothful servant, you ought to have invested my money with the bankers. So take the talent from him and give it to him who has 10. Okay, so this isn't about money, it's about potential. God gives everyone a measure of strength, opportunity, vision, and demands a return. Okay, so the lazy servant buried his gift out of fear and convenience. So the lazy servant buried his gift out of fear and convenience. That's the modern man, hiding his talent behind excuses, calling it safety. If you bury what God gave you, he will give it to the man who used his. That's amazing. Is that Mazarin? Mazarin. What country are you in? Nice to see you again, Mazarin. What country are you in? Okay, number 4, Psalm 90:12. So teach us to number our days that we may apply. Oh, Mazarin, if you're here, are you in America? Yes or no? Okay. And so teach us to number our days that we may apply to our hearts unto wisdom, divine wisdom. To number your days means to live with urgency, to see every sunrise as one less remaining. Wisdom is not knowing what to do, it's realizing you don't have forever to do it. When you count your days, sin loses its grip, laziness becomes shameful, and purpose becomes oxygen. Europa. Oh, look at that. So it's like I respect to Europe. They're kind of cool, like America. You know, they're almost as great as America, but respect to my European brethren. Okay, you won't fear death once you learn to use life correctly. Let's see, number 5, Revelation. Ooh, Revelation, Book of Revelation, 3:15 and 16. Hmm. Let's see. I know your works that you are neither cold nor hot because you're lukewarm. I will spit you out of my mouth. This is God's war cry against mediocrity. Lukewarm man isn't evil, he's comfortable. He doesn't reject God, he simply ignores him in the name of balance and convenience. That is why he is most dangerous. He thinks he is safe. You cannot live halfway for the kingdom. You're either fire or you're forgotten. God would rather you be on a fire in hell than asleep in heaven. So those are the facts. Well, we came at you with like 15, 20 different facts today. Here, let's give a closing divine reflection for some of our humans out here in need of divine reflection. God didn't create you to waste time. He gave you time to create something divine. Oh wow, poetic. Every hour is a seed. Every day is a field. What you plant in discipline, you will harvest in eternity. You will stand before God one day, and He will ask, "What did you do with the life that I gave you?" Don't meet Him with excuses. Meet Him with scars, sweat, and stories of battle. Well, I think I'm doing a damn decent job at making sure that happens. So the only reason I'm doing that is to spread the love and have you guys do the same. Hopefully out in Europa as well. But at least here in the United States of America, we're creating winners here at home. And I love that for you guys. So have a good rest of your week. Start the week out strong, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.